talk a little bit about the Challenger 300 from the passenger perspective?
Sure. And the cool thing about the 300 is that sometimes I do a lot of empty legs, right? So I get to go to the back to use the facilities, whatever, and I get to see how comfortable this plane is, as far as the passengers are concerned. And obviously, talking through the years with so many passengers and just seeing their satisfaction with this airplane, especially repeat customers that come back and they want our aircraft to fly with or to take them to their vacations or to their meetings or whatever.
Sure.
They're very satisfied with this type of cabin. It does have a flat floor, which I think makes a big difference to everybody compared to some other aircraft that have a little aisle where the seat where the passenger is seating. There's a little step to get into the aisle, which that could create a hazard on its own, especially
Sure.
if it's a little bumpy, for instance, or if somebody's got big feet. Or I remember seeing a passenger once in a Learjet that the Learjet was very narrow, right? So and the aisle was very narrow, and I remember a passenger complaining quite a bit because of that. But anyway, back to the 300. It's just a very comfortable plane. The flat floor, I think, makes a huge difference. It's not a wide body airplane, but it's wide enough that everybody feels like they're in a nice living room. There's two options that you can do on your interiors for the 300. One of them is a double club seating, which that will put a total of 8 passengers in the cabin. And the other one is a divan. I've flown both types, and it's hit or miss. It's a 50-50 mix. Some passengers want the double club. I think that's more of the corporate, flight departments that like to hold meetings in the airplane, right?
Right.
And then the other 50% is usually, the private air traveler that has a need to have that divan in the back where they can take a nap, or they can fit an additional passenger, so that increases the load a little bit more. Also, the 300 has the option of having a belted lavatory, so somebody can actually take a seat. A passenger can occupy the lavatory as a seat, and the lavatory is really nice too. So it's not like a penalty box or whatnot.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what should private travelers consider or know about the Challenger 300 when it comes to travel operations?
One of the things that I think and it's got me extremely impressed through all these years of flying the 300, is the dispatch reliability, for sure. I think that is the biggest attribute that the Challenger 300 or the 350 brings into the private air transportation. It just doesn't break. That airplane just keeps on going, and when it does break, your heart broke, and the support that you have is pretty good, not only from the manufacturer standpoint, but there's also some other repair stations that are able to support this aircraft worldwide, actually. So I remember initially when the 300 came out back in 2003, one of the things and one of the ideas was, and I was working at Bombardier at that time.
Okay.
And I remember hearing that the idea of this new platform was to make it easy to fix things. Like, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to fix something.
Right.
There's a lot of things you can fix in 20 minutes, but now you start talking of any hardware things, you have to bring it in, ship them in, and all that stuff.
Sure.
Somebody said one time, you can change the APU in 20 minutes. I don't know if they can do that in 20 minutes or not, but sure is a nice idea. However, it is pretty quick to change an APU. I've seen the APU changed within a few hours, for sure.
Okay.
So the dispatch reliability, to answer your question, is the best attribute this airplane has, and private air travelers could be comfortable in having the trust that their airplane will dispatch and take them to where they need to go.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Jorge. We are always looking to hear from other insiders. So if you own, pilot, manage, finance, maintain, or insure aircraft, we want to hear your insights. Visit wepush10.com/insider insights to submit what you love or hate about any aircraft.